Hi guys, welcome to the second installment of our retirement planning series. Today we're going to be talking about retirement across the different stages of your life. So depending on your age, how much you should be contributing to your retirement if you haven't already started. Now, obviously, according to your age, it's going to vary from person to person, and it's also going to vary in terms of your lifestyle and where you are financially, and the level of responsibility that you have. Now, in your 20s, you generally have a very much longer investment period to consider. So saving between 15 and 20% of your income is almost enough, because you've got a lot of time to sort of make up for it, and you've got time to build up on compound interest, and you've got time to also ride out market risks, so market movements, so you can afford to take on riskier profiles or riskier products. You can afford to have a large portion of your your retirement investment portfolio invested in equities, whereas when at a later stage you don't quite have that flexibility. In your 30s to 40s, now you're slightly closer to retirement, but you've still got a bit of leeway. You've got some time to take advantage of compound interest, and the time factor, the beauty of time, but it's not as long as you would have had if you'd started investing in your 20s. However, it's also very important then that you still, venture out into sort of, take advantage of the time benefit, but also be more cognizant about what proportion or what portion of your investment portfolio is or makes up is made up of equities. I think that's very important to consider. At this stage, you should also be saving between 22 and 28% or 30% of your income, and it's slightly higher because you've lost out, or you don't have the benefit of that extra 10-year gap that you would have had you started 10 years ago. So in order to make up for that shortfall, you have to increase your capital contributions, hence the higher contribution than somebody who's in their 20s, for instance. Now, if you're in your 40s and 50s, headed towards your 50s, you've got a much smaller window period. You also don't have as much time to sort of take advantage of market movements and ride them out. So you're starting to be a lot more conservative, and you're looking not only at equities, but you're wanting to sort of look at other asset classes to make sure that, okay, you still have the advantage of market movements and equity investments, but you want something slightly safer, and slightly, that's something that won't necessarily have a big impact on your capital or the returns on your investment. Now, at this stage, you should also be increasing your capital contributions a lot, because you're really close to retirement, and you don't have a 30-40 year period to sort of wait for compound interest to work. So at the stage, you should be thinking about investing between, or putting about 30 to 37% of your income towards investing towards retirement. And it's a rough guideline. Obviously, your personal situation changes. It's also very important that whatever you do at this stage, you speak to your financial advisor to get a very more comprehensive picture of where you are financially and what you can afford to do. 50s to 60s, best option is just to go straight to a financial advisor and find out what your option is, because at that time it's pretty much, you can't say I'm going to invest in equities, because the investment period or time frame just isn't sustainable, and you want to ensure that you don't lose money on the markets. It's also advisable that during that time frame you take advantage of tax-free savings accounts, but don't look at a 32-day or fixed deposit sort of account. Look at something that will give you exposure, so like an ETF or a unit trust, something that will give you exposure to the market and give you a better return in the long run. So that's about it. Next week we're going to be speaking about what you should ask your financial advisor or planner when it comes to planning for retirement. Remember, of all of this, it's always best to speak to a professional, get professional assistance, and find somebody who can help you and walk you through the retirement savings process. Have a lovely week, and we'll catch up next week with our next topic. Thanks. Bye.